We continue learning. We're going to be learning Perek Shlishi, which is Chodesh Nissan. Chodesh Nissan, it says, the Hilul Kovetz Halachos in Maspidim. B'kol Chodesh Nissan, b'kol Makam Mutter, b'Chodesh Nissan, little basic varais. After Yom Yartzeit, you're allowed to go to the basic varais, even on the day of Yartzeit. Bulvad, Shlayemar Hashkava. You do not say the special tefillah at the cemetery. Perhaps more importantly than the halacha up top, and this is why you have to look at the footnotes. Footnote Aleph is the halacha about Chodesh Nisan, which is what? Ein Deifel an Apanevach Chodesh Nisan, Vein Aymer Tzikacha, Vein Masvidim Boy, Vein Misanim Boy, Laskilat Sibur. Lamaisa no Tachlon, the entire month of Nisan. Entire month of Nisan. Okay, he goes in a little bit over here about the Minhagim. If you look at the third paragraph, it says Sefer Kesher Chayim, that's the foremost sefer on all halachos of Avilos. Tenoigin leilach lebisa kvarais, Parosh Chodesh, Ubemes Gam Hakol Boi Moida, that we do go to the basic varas Rosh Chodesh. B'chol kavanasi rak shein halachim Rosh Chodesh lemer hashkava. For Yizeu, then we don't have to get in Kain. He's saying a Chodesh, you let it go. You just don't say the special tefillah. And it's important to know, sometimes people have different situations. They want to go to the basic varais, Lemaisa, and Rav Hinkin agrees, you're allowed to go, just you don't say the special tefillah, which, yeah, okay. Lemaisa, let's continue. I was supposed to say that to learn Shvias for Shlema for Moshe Yisrael ben Liba, being taken to the hospital, so learning B'Shaitai should be Aschos Refuah Shalema. Siv Beis continues the. First of all, Stam, if you want to know the Chiddush, in the next paragraph, he quotes the Mishal Chus Lamed Al says there is a meaning not to go to basic Kvaros Chodesh Nisan, and the reason is that Yavitz was Mak B'Shalil Chal Kvaros B'Erev Yom Kippur Mishum Shu Yontif. So to the Magen Avraham writes, "Wherever Shani and Lemerak at Chin Shekvim Seif Arim Sheiner Metachlin Nishma Mizeh." What do we see? Shemer Sheiner Metachlin Aim Lemer. We don't say that Tzchina is in the base like Kvaris. But the Maisa that then he says other. It's allowed. The Maisa what he writes at the top. That's the minhag. You're allowed to go. You just don't say the special tefillah during the month of Nisan and Stam. If anyone is zeicha to go to any of the Mekaymis Kedoshim, the general attitude is, and by that I mean Kavarachol. Marsa Machvela. The general attitude is they don't have a regular din of a kever. Not that we're saying that we're going to do Berchs Kehanim. That's not my point. My point is Klape, these type of dinim, it's a makam yuchad for tefillah. So even if you don't go out the kever shabai, but out the yuchadness of tefillah, that's the reason why a pregnant woman go to these places, even though they don't go to basic varis, due to the fact of the makam of tefillah. Sif Beis. Hakamas Matzeva Benisa Medina Mutalas like Hakamas Matzeva Chodeshisa Mim Ein Maspidim. And on the bottom over here, he proves that the whole issue with making that Hakamas Matzeva in the month of Nisan is because they say Aspedim. So you don't say Aspedim. We just found out a startling detail. I never knew this. Apparently in America, the Hakamas Matzeva, it's a legality why they don't do Hakamas Matzevas for the first 6 months, if not a year. It's not a halacha. Seemingly, it's a legality that this pasha they don't put the headstone on. Could be things are different. It's just an interesting thing to look into. I don't really know the different kabbalas. The reason I said Hakamas Matzeva happens is because often you don't plan Hakamas Matzevas. Often we're going to Eretz Yisrael for Yontif, and we let to do Hakamas Matzeva. Sometimes it's more than a year. The people don't necessarily do it on the yards and whatnot. Maisa, he's writing that it is mutter. You just don't do hespedim. Sif Gimel. Sif Gimel came up this past Shabbos, Shal Shodis, in many shuls and many houses. When do you stop eating matzah? News, what's the meaning in this room? Let's hear.
Month before.
Month? That's what he did. Some are noig 30 months prior. Some say Rosh Chodesh. Aval. Me'ikar adin mutter lechol matzah afilu belel yudalid. That's the night of Digas Chametz. V'rak yoim yudalid bilvad ulcer. Dinachil zbazar pesach isbar lalon. He explains it elsewhere. In Ha'aro Gimel over here, he quotes a Rav Forsheimer pointed to the Tshuva Ramesha that was machmer like the Magen Avram, that Lel Yudalid is aser, meaning that that lel yadalit that everything is chametz is also aser. L'maisa, the general minhag is at least from Rosh Chodesh. At least from Rosh Chodesh. Okay, we'll read your Zoom point about cemeteries in a moment. Rav Shmuel here brings a raya. Everyone should know a raya. What's the raya? That you eat matzah. That Medina you can eat matzah until Erev Pesach. Close. Chol haleilos anu oichlin chametzay matzah. The manishana. The mashta b'chol haleilos ad oisa laila. Shari gam b'chilas matzah. Gishmak araya. Now, he doesn't bring from Manashana. It's a Mishnah Psachim, by the way. Manashana wasn't invented by a preschool teacher. It's a Mishnah Psachim. Shigam Rabinu Chaim Halevi Hevi Raya Zed Loikmach Shekel. Fascinating raya. And our Zoom call-in is pointing out that the reason is due to the displacement of the soil in the cemeteries. What? The cemeteries. Why you don't wait until X amount of time? Things settle and whatnot. Okay, we should not know of such things. Let's continue. Sif Dalid. Nusach Abirchas Ha'ilanois. Here it is. Hayoitiminis and you go to Nisan Baruch Hashem. It's getting nice outside. Vera, and what do you see? Ilanois, the hailing trees. Shemitzin Perach, that a flowers coming out. Omer, what do you say? No, let's hear. What's the bracha? Let's go. Spelling bracha is B, 6th grade. Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam. Shaloi Chisar Bailamai Klum. Ubara Bai Briois Toivois Ilanois Toivois Lehanois Behem B'nei Adam. V'yish Ladaktik Leimer. Says Rav Shmuel, you should be medaktik to say Shleichisar Ba'ilamai Klum. Colossians should be Gemara of Shulchan Aruch, and not Shleichisar Ba'ilamai Davar. Shnitlas B'chol Sidurim. Fascinating. Let's get a sitter open, please. Let's see if we're taking shots over here. Okay, we have Maminim in our school. Let's see. I'm not going to give away if I'm a Maimon until I see if I'm right, obviously. Where's the Rech Zana? Page 98, 97, 17. Rech Zanan, here we go. Rech Zareach, Rech Zan Mitzvah, it's right here. Duh. Rech Ras Mali Olam. Rech Shainis. Shechianu. For a baby girl. Shalachisa Berlamoi Dover.
Ashkenaz, I said it. You said Ashkenaz. Yeah, cool. What year is that?
Oh, wait, check the year. No, look, the new Sfar. This is the first edition. Let's see, maybe Rav Shmuel changed the world. No, look at the new Sfar. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, page 107. Let's see if Rav Shmuel changed the world. Apologize, everyone listening. This is an important. Baruch Hashem, Rav Shmuel has changed the world once again. And Art School has folded. Thank you, Hagoyin Agadol. So now everyone, what do we tell everyone? Buy a new sitter if it says Dover. Shalchizah Berlamei Klum, and not Dover. Shivas Chos Sidurim. He quotes at the bottom of the Gemara in Brachos. Roy v'sidurim, they write v'shleichas berlamei davar. Amar mei Rabbi Shita Rachel Aimer. Why do we select the Gemara in Shulchan Aruch? Ukvar yitzrayim al zeh b'Pesach Dvir, and the Michas Yankiv already asked this kasha. And Ayin Shach Shekasav Atam Sheshina Yan Nusach is caused the pasuk in Devarim Shemalei Kecha Yimach Loy Chasarta Davar. And from there, the Michas Yitzchak writes, in Lishanes Nusach HaMesudar, Mekadoshei Elyon Chachmei HaTalmud U'Muskim Ch'Apaiskim. V'loi Niter Zaritzu B'Yakol Adon Lishanes Me'Mateo Shetav Chacham Brachos Neidikta Lashon Aikan. The Siddur of the Rebbe Yakar, who's the Rebbe of the Ramban, I don't know that it says here. Nusach is like the Gemara in the Shulchan Aruch. Says Rav Forsheimer, he points to the Siddur of Rav Amram Goin in Birchas Shachar, Baruch Shlechisar Mitzarchei Klum. And Sefer Eshkol Kasav Shlechisar Me'elamu Davar. Okay. It's a different nusach. Klum is anything and davar is something. No, it's bad. It's in the same meaning. It's a nusach. It's a nusach. I don't know. He doesn't make it into like a pshat. Sounds like the machlekes here, the Rav Shmuel and his team are coming from the Gemara, and it sounds like there's a pasuk in Devarim that says Hashem Elokechi Machlo Chasarta Davar. So there is a precedent to say davar, and some want to taina that the Siddurim were written by Chashva people, and fascinating. Okay, now you think it's easy to publish a Siddur article getting all the hate. There's Rav Shmuel yelling at them, and there's a Baruch Hashem. So what do we do? What does your Siddur say? Oh, with the Yakish Siddur. All of a sudden, this is where they should shine. Yakis, Diktok. Okay, Gavaldik. Right, Sefei. Now, Sefei is a very common shayla. So, grads of this year, Nissan is late. I mean, that makes no sense, but Nissan is late. And I don't know if the trees will be budding, but often the trees, and we're going to see it's only fruit trees, the budding starts late. And the shayla is, what if you miss it? Meaning, what if Nissan ends and you didn't say the bracha? Says Rav Shmuel, Yachal Avarich Baruch Zilanis B'chol Chodshei Hashana Shekol Sharai Ilani Daka Mil of Lavi Badar Minim Gemara. The Gemara said, Hi man did Avigam Nissan V'chazi Ilani. Eina Kavana Chodesh Nissan. Al Ratzloimer Tkufas Nissan, which is the time that the Ragel to blossom. And he continues in Sevav and he says, Olchein Pashit. And this is really the biggest raya. I'm sure someone here knows geography, but which part of the world is the opposite of us? The Medina Shebedaraim in the south, Ha'ilam Shebezman Prichas Ilanasu Be'elul the Tishrei. The seasons are messed up. We know in, for example, South Africa, they have midwinter vacation in our winter. They have summer vacation, in our winter. So that means everything is backwards. So by them, I don't know, there are places in the world that the trees blossom in Elul. He says Australia, but now, the question is, yeah, good, so you can make the bracha whenever you want. In the bottom of here, he quotes all the Rishonim and Gemaras that proves this point. The Mishnah Berurah, Shulchan, they write, Yomi Nisan is Chodesh Nisan. So he asks a kasha, I just said even now, he argues, he absolutely fascinating. Dibish Shloimar Kavana Chodesh Nisan Yesh Shloim Sheish Chadashim Mesugalim Dvar Miuchadim in the Birkei Yosef in the Chida, and he says this bracha al davar emes sheicha davka lechodesh Nisan aval mikavana tkufas Nisan it's orcha demil sedar chalanis lavli tkufas Nisan. Says Rav Forsheimer Chasam Sefer and I go to Shulchan Aruch Kasa b'shem Moiroi, which was whom? The Rebbe the Chasam Sefer. Thank you. To be Yomi Nisan Hainu tkufas Nisan. So Lamaisa, the devil is a lechatchila. I think I'll tell you. I often heard from people when they heard that. It doesn't have to be an Nisan. It's like, okay, do whatever you want. And what happens when you do that? You don't do it. So Lamaisa, there is we'll call it a lechatchila if you could, if our trees are blossoming, to do it in Nisan. But Lamaisa, you're allowed to do it outside of Nisan. In the bottom, he quotes very important from the Michas Yitzchak. Gamla Apoiska was Davka and Chodesh Nisan. It's Davka bin Mekayma is Derech Ilanas Avrach ben Nisan. Because Derech Ilanas Avrach b'Chodesh Achayim Kulam Moedin Shav Shlefarich. Very geschmack. Says the Michas Yitzchak. If you're in Australia, what do? They don't make a bracha b'Chodesh Ilanas. Says the Michas Yitzchak. Avad in Australia, no one's going to say there it's Davka Nisan because the trees blossom in Elul. So there, everyone's going to be masking Dr. Michas. Now I wonder if the Chida will be masking. The Chida has some interesting otherworldly Kabbalistic ideas. He writes that it's Davka Chodesh Nisan. That's what Michas Yitzchak says, and therefore, in those places, one could. Are we out of time? Another minute? Okay. Siv Zayin, one more halacha. You should try to do it. Baruch Hashem, nowadays people put up signs. Now you're not allowed to go into someone's backyard if they're masking. You're not allowed to be over halacha just to make a bracha. It's not true. Not true. If they're thank you. if they're makbid. If they're makbid. Now, if they're not makbid, I mean, you could assume, but nowadays people don't like you snooping around their backyards. Just that's what we've come to learn. Not everyone appreciates shortcuts to their backyard and things like that. So therefore, but if someone has a big, massive sign, that's a little bit inviting. Even a woman, the woman should also try to make this bracha, and what do you say? We do all of them. What else do we not do? Everything we do. Everything is easy. This is the only one that's. Well, I mean, those when you get there, Mitzvah Shem, we'll take a class trip to where do we have to go? Matzah Bakery. Matzah Bakery. One more halacha. It sounds like you have to have many trees. It says you don't need 2 trees. 1 tree is enough. Now, Lamaisa, on the bottom of here, Al Pi Kabbalah, all the Kabbalists are very upset with this. And they say, Avad, you need 2 trees. Lashon Gemara in the Paiskim. And okay, there's more halachas over here. We'll have to pick up from here.